What's up, horror fam?
You know what time it is.
Halloween Kills.
Let's get into this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now Ryan left me hanging. Usually it's the other way around. Because I'm a doofus.
Woo.
But, hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, horror fam? Welcome to another episode of the Horror Chronicles fucking podcast.
You're the best fucking podcast on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? It's been a long-ass day for me. I've been so ready to record.
It has.
So,
you're going to have to listen to him bitch about work.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that. But
or whatever.
Just a little bit of housekeeping notes. We want to let you guys know that we are going to be changing the format of the show. Basically, we're going to be going to doing a show every 2 weeks.
Bi-weekly.
I know.
We're both bi.
We're bi, guys. Come on. You should love us. But, no, we're going to go to recording every 2 weeks. It gives us more time to, put a little bit more effort into some of the things we want to talk about on the show.
Yeah, except for this episode, because we put no effort in whatsoever.
Yes.
Hey!
But, and not only that, too, but we did
put in effort. We sat through Halloween Kills.
which we're going to talk about.
Anyway,
so
we're going to talk about that. So if you haven't seen the film, you probably want to turn this off now until after you watch it, because we're going to be talking, we're not going to go in depth with this film, but we're going to be talking about a lot of aspects of it. And we're going to kind of get let you guys know what our thoughts were on it. And,
we're going to talk about that. But, I just want to let you guys know, we promise you the show is still going to be great. It's actually probably going to be better. We're trying something that we think is going to work best for us. And not only that, but we have a lot of things that are going on outside of it. Yeah. That,
we're not doing this just for us. We're doing this so it gives us more time to put out the best content we possibly can, because both of us are really busy. It's not that we don't like doing the show. We love doing the show. We love getting together every week and talking, but, we also love to do research, and sometimes when you're running week by week, it's hard to get some of that research done, and we don't want to be giving you guys some flawed information.
Yeah. And not only that, but we have people who want to do things with us that want to record stuff, like our buddy DA. He wants to come down and shoot some stuff, and it gives us more time.
Literally shoot, because he's going to bring his guns.
Yeah, me too.
He's got 2 tickets to the gun show.
Yeah. But anyways, it gives us time to do that in between shows. That way we're not, just rushing through this stuff. So, but we think it's going to be great for you guys. I promise you. Yeah. You're going to love it. Now, you will be hearing our Halloween then coming out, because this comes out, basically we're recording, it's going to come out tomorrow, which would be Thursday. Yeah. Yep. So, and then we usually are going to now do it every 2 weeks, but you will hear our Halloween special out coming the following week. So
yeah, we're going to get together and do something next week, even if it's wrong.
Yeah, so right. But anyways, so yeah, we're going to talk about some things that might spoil stuff. So if you haven't seen Halloween Kills, do not watch.
Or listen.
Or listen, for that matter, until after you watch it.
I'll keep listening. Let us fuck it up.
Then listen to this fucking podcast.
We can't fuck it up too much for you, because everybody knows that this is the second movie in a trilogy. So we know Michael's not going to die in this film.
I can't wait to talk about this, because...
Yeah, I think... Honestly,
we're not going blow for blow. We just got some stuff we want to talk about. Give our review.
I think honestly, we're going to have 2 different views on this film.
We will see.
We both kind of we watched the film together, and whenever the film was over, we both kind of cursed each other out in the driveway, and then I actually watched the film again last night. I think we're going to have 2 different views on this.
We'll see.
So
we'll see.
Have you gave it a second viewing?
Have not second viewed it.
Okay.
Because I like to give my initial review on it. So I'm just going to start off. In this, we're just doing a review of this. We're going to talk about a few things here and there, but I just want to give my my overall review of this movie is that
man, you're gonna jump right in there, huh?
Yes. Let's just go ahead and talk about it first. So my overall view of the movie and review of it is I really like the movie. I actually like it a lot. I like the kills. I like all of that. The only thing I did not like about this movie was the ending. I absolutely hated the ending. Hated it.
Hated it.
They should have saved this ending. They should have saved this.
Sounds like David Allen Greer over there.
They should have saved this ending for the fucking trilogy and ended it the way it needed to be ended.
Okay. I see where you're coming from there.
Okay.
I do.
Now, the rest of the movie, loved it. I really liked it. I fucking enjoyed the movie. It was great. I love the kill scenes. I love all that shit. I just did not fucking care for the ending.
Well, Ryan's a fucker, so. So anyway, I'm gonna give you a little lowdown on this. We're talking about Halloween Kills. Came out 2021, actually last week, October 15th. Directed by David Gordon Green, written by John Carpenter, based on characters from Deborah Hill, and also another writer was Scott Teems. This film, if you guys haven't seen it, shame on you. You should have. If you are a true Carpenter Halloween fan, you should have rushed out and seen this movie immediately.
I got one more thing to say, too.
But this movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy Matichik, a host of others. I mean, it's crazy the cast that's in this film.
Don't forget the main star in this film.
Mr.
Donald Pleasant.
So what was weird about that is they had a scene in there where you see Donald Pleasance. I don't know if you know this or not, but I know because I did the research on it. That was not CGI. That was an actual actor that looked very similar to Donald Pleasance, and they did some makeup effects on him and made him look as close to the real thing as they could.
Damn, they killed that.
That was an actual actor.
Killed.
He looked fucking phenomenal. This movie, it's really cool. If you're a fan of the series, you will know some of these names. It had Nick Castle playing some of the scenes as the Shape, which Nick Castle was the original Shape in the 1978 film. James Jude Courtney came back to reprise his role from the 2018 film. You also had Anthony Michael Hall, which it is so funny. Every time I see that guy, I still think of Weird Science. Anthony Michael Hall actually came into this film playing Tommy Doyle. And then you had Charles Cyphers, who played Lee Brackett in the original film. He reprises his same role in this film, except he's really fucking old and can barely move. You've got Kylie Richards. She played Lindsay grown up. Here's what a lot of people don't know. Kylie Richards was the original Lindsay in the 1978 Halloween.
Yes.
You also had Nancy Stevens, who played Marianne. She was the original nurse that played alongside Donald Pleasance at the very beginning of the 78 film when they went to Smiths Grove Sanitarium to actually pick up Michael Myers. It is amazing that they got these people to come back and do this film with them. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable amount of effort it took to get some of these players to come back.
And, and this is why, for me, I think the end, not only the ending, but some of the things that happened to the people in this movie, why to me, as a fan, I just think it would have been way better. They could have ended it a different way. And, I mean, granted, it's not over right now, but it's like, man, I don't know.
I get where you're coming from, and I felt the same way. I thought the ending was kind of shoddy at first.
I think this whole film was rushed.
Until I watched it again for the second time. Because the first time we watched it, you're so engrossed in the story.
Yeah.
You know, you're just, oh my God, what's going to happen? You know, the beginning of this movie is absolutely fucking stellar. The way they start this movie at the exact same point where the 2018 Halloween film ended.
Yes.
Exact same point. You see the kid walking down. Cameron was Allison's boyfriend. He was playing Bonnie because they were Bonnie and Clyde in the 18 film. The movie starts out with him talking on the phone about how I've really pissed off Allison. You can tell it's the exact same night.
Yes.
And then he finds Officer Hawkins laying on the ground. I thought that was fucking killer.
Yeah.
That they did it that way.
Yeah.
They basically did these two films, the 2018 and then this Halloween Kills.
The way their first two did.
Just like they did Halloween
and Halloween 2.
And Halloween 2. Because Halloween 2 occurred the same night. What they did is they showed us what actually happened after Loomis put 6 shots in his body and he falls off the balcony.
Yep.
They showed us what they did is they went to a cutscene and they basically went back in time to 1978 and they showed us the events that followed what happened after that. So many fucking cool scenes. I was so fucking hyped for this film, and even 3/4 of the way through it, I'm thinking this is the best fucking thing in the fucking world, you know? And then all of a sudden they get to that ending part, and I was kind of like, I was thrown back at that. I was like, I don't know. After I watched it again, I get it. I get what they were fucking doing.
I get what they're doing.
I get what they're doing.
I get what they were doing because, you know, fucking Jamie Lee Curtis has her little speech at the end and she's doing this whole thing. But, I mean, it's like, get fucking real. Because from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, what I understand is that in this film, Michael Myers is supposed to have no supernatural power at all, right?
You need to watch it a second time.
No. I'm not saying that.
She talks about that at the end of the film.
I understand, but what I'm saying is I've read and I've heard people talk about the director.
Well,
and the writer saying that.
You're right about that to an extent. To an extent. If you watch the film again and you really pay attention to the ending of it, she talks about that. How about every time he kills somebody, he gets farther and farther into darkness, into an almost supernatural state. Yeah, see,
but so that's what I'm trying to say. So either they're because the director writer guys can let me know if I'm wrong on this, was saying that he was supposed to have.
I'll let you know if you're wrong, motherfucker.
They said that he's not supposed to have any supernatural power. There's no supernatural power to him. As in his movies, these last two movies that he directed.
To an extent, yeah.
You know? So, with that being said, like, I love this movie. Don't get me wrong. I do love this movie.
I get you.
The ending, I think, was fucking horrible. Because...
I'll disagree, but...
Because, man... And I understand the guys. I know I'm a fucking horror fan.
Right.
You can't kill Michael Myers, you know. But it's like, man,
that's exactly it.
But
you can't kill the boogeyman.
But you can. Just blow his fucking head off. It's like everybody in this.
See, and that was my whole thing about that is I know the conversation we had watching this film, and then when I watched it again, honestly. No offense, but honestly, you're overthinking the whole premise of Michael
I understand.
Myers. I get where you're coming from. I totally get it.
I 100% understand it, and I understand that. Trust me, I do. And it's my own thinking because as a horror fan, but also as a very fucking aware and self-defense you know who I am, like. Someone who is very aware of their surroundings and uses, trains and does things like this. It's like, how can you be that dumb?
Right.
It's like every person in this movie is idiotic. And not only that.
And honestly, though, and believe me, I totally agree with you, but you have to look at every other fucking slasher movie that's came before this.
Yes.
They're all the fucking same.
I am 100% with you.
It's the same fucking premise, the same fucking formula, the same outcome.
And I completely understand, and trust me, I get it. I 100% get it. It's my own thinking.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like with the movie Strangers. I'm like, how can you be this idiotic? How can you be this dumb? Like,
and I'm going to tell you, folks, the movie Strangers freaked me out.
I just don't get it. Like, but that being said, and it is me in my own head, guys. I know I'm a dumbass. I'm a dickhead. But what I'm saying is,
it's your opinion.
Is that like
it's like an asshole. Everybody's got one.
Well, think about it like
just
this.
Yours stinks.
Think about it like this. Think about it like this. And here's where I'm kind of getting at. So, half the people in this movie have dealt with Michael Myers before. To his point.
To a point.
To a point.
They have had to deal with the stigmata of Michael Myers for the past 40 years.
Okay, so Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie has been training for years and years. And in the first one, in 2018, it showed her just fucking dead on crack shot,
right?
Badass,
right?
Fucking, I mean, did what she had to do, knew what she had to do. And then in this movie, it's like she lost all fucking sense of what the fuck was going on.
No. So think about it like this: she was fucking laid up in a hospital the whole movie.
Yeah, but there's parts of the movie though where like
this movie was basically like part 2. Honestly, it was.
Yeah.
She was laid up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And
guys,
what I kept expecting out of this film was for him to show up at the hospital like in part 2.
Yeah.
I thought that's where they were going, and that is not where they went at all.
And guys and gals, trust me, I understand that I'm overthinking things, but tell me this: I want you to tell me this. A couple questions. Do you think this movie felt a little rushed?
No. I think that David Gordon Green went to, I almost said David Alan Grier. Hated it. I think David Gordon Green went to Carpenter with an idea, and Carpenter signed off on it, and he ran with it. Is this a movie that Carpenter would have made? No, it's not. But does this movie have the tension that Carpenter had? Yes, it absolutely does. And you have to look at it from the musical score.
Oh, God, I hate the music. But part of it. Not all of it, but parts of it.
But I think it was their timing on it.
Like when that part, whenever he's walking down the steps and they completely fucking changed up the fucking score. Remember I told you about it?
Yeah.
When we were watching it? I'm like, I do not like that at all.
Yeah. That was right before he fucking twisted Cameron's head off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, it's like I don't know. It would have been, I think at that point in time, it would have been so better if it would be like, didn't. You know, that would have been
if they would have stopped when he stops in that scene, and they'd have stopped and started in with that ding, 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 you know, like the original film.
They changed it up. They did something, and it just threw the whole scene.
What is really weird, because Carpenter and his son did the score for this film.
Yeah, and that's, I understand that, but like
I understand exactly what you're saying, because I was thinking the same thing.
It just completely threw me off, man. I think that he could have stopped on them steps and looked over, and if he would have stopped and right then and looked over, and it would be like didn't.
Oh God, it's a purge.
But you know what I'm saying? That would have been, that threw me off. Now, overall, I love this movie. Overall, I love the movie, but I kind of felt like it was rushed, and I kind of felt like the ending was. I just think the ending was shit.
Okay, so let's get away from the ending, because we all know how Ryan feels about the ending.
I'm sorry.
Shit,
hold on. Before you get away from that, I want to ask you, because I had 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you think the ending could have been done differently?
Yes. But I kind of like the way they ended this film. The very end, right before the credit roll. I love the way they did that.
Okay, so I'm talking about the whole fucking last 10 minutes of the movie.
So the last 10 minutes of the film, I wish they wouldn't have done that.
Because, man...
I wish they wouldn't have. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute.
Okay.
But there's a couple other things that I want to throw out there. Just weird things that I caught. So we told you they start this movie right after the events of the 2018 film. Shortly after, they go back in time and show you what happened right after the events of the 1978 film. But they did it in the... Really, honestly, they did it in the guise of... from Michael Myers' standpoint, what happened to him, okay? Which really fucks up part 2, the original part 2 film.
Yeah.
It really fucks that up, but we're starting a new timeline here, okay? But it is very cool that they went back. Dude, the mask they used for those 78 flashbacks was fucking phenomenal.
Well, it probably was original. It may have been a fucking
It was
original.
not the original. It was a new creation, but it looked so much like the original. It was just cleaner.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just fucking phenomenal. But here's a couple weird things that I caught, and I didn't catch them until I watched it the second time. First thing is the front door on the Myers house is wrong. The glasses. It's got too much glass in the door.
Okay.
In the original 78 film, there was a small window at the top of the door.
Gotcha.
And when you see him from behind, you see him looking out. I say small. I mean, it was...
Yeah.
You know, in the new film, the glass in the door is half the door. It was not like that in the 78 film. Okay, that's fine. I get it. The other thing that really threw me for a loop is once you see him... in the 78, you know, I don't know, flashback I guess, is the only way to put that. There's no bullet holes in him. Loomis shot that fucker 6 times.
He shot him 6 times.
We all know that.
I shot him 6 times.
4, he tells us, I shot him 6 times.
I shot him 6 times. You actually hear him say that in this one.
Yeah.
You hear him outside saying it.
There's no bullet holes in him. And I think that's a gross... overlook on their part. They should have put some damage to that jumpsuit.
Hence the reason why I tell you I feel like this movie was rushed. Because there's a lot of things.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that Carpenter wouldn't have done. Put it that way.
There's some continuity issues.
Exactly.
They should have thought about that. It's like us diehard Halloween fans know, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not the know-all, end-all of fucking Halloween 1978, but I know more about that movie than most people on the planet. It is by far my favorite movie. I have watched that movie probably, God, I can't even tell you.
Dude, how cool is it that...
I have, if I had to guess, I probably watched that movie 300 to 500 times.
How cool is it that fucking Greg over at Land of the Creeps like lives in the fucking area where they filmed it?
Yeah.
And it was like, watch... Dude, that's cool as fuck.
That's fucking badass. But I know a lot about the original film, so for me, I was picking out little shit that I was like, what the fuck? You know, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's not how that's not how that went down. But I do got to say that 78 montage that they did in that film was fucking epic.
I really love that how they played, how they were saying that he was staring out the window continuously. But he was just looking into himself. Right. Dude, so cool.
And so to add to that, there's so many times in the movie that I caught in the second viewing where when he's killing somebody, you can see his reflection in a window.
Yes.
You can see the reflection of his face in the window while he's killing somebody. Fucking brilliant.
And in the remember in the 2018, whenever he's upstairs, she shoots through the window. He's looking into a mirror.
Yes. Yeah. And that was one thing they talked about. So one of the things that Michael liked to do was, we all know in the beginning of the 78 film, he killed his older sister. So what he would do is he would go on a killing spree on his way back home. And when he would get home, he would stand in his sister's bedroom and stare out the window. And that's where they got that, was he really looking out the window or was he looking into himself? Yeah. Very cool concept there. I like how they talked about, him being a 6-year-old boy in the body of a man, but warped into a monster.
And the brutality is great. It's just
Dude, the fucking kills in this film are
I just really
killer.
wish they wouldn't have fucking done that ending.
Okay, get off the ending.
Well, you know what? It's like you're having the best sex in the fucking world, and then you just don't nut.
And then, wow.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, this is fucking let down.
I'll get you. So what I did watching the second film, or watching this film for the second time, I went through and look at the top of my page there.
Gotcha.
So I went through and I was trying to figure out how many people did he kill in this film. Mm-hmm. He killed a bunch, folks. A bunch.
Wasn't like the most.
So that's what I'm getting at here. So in this film, he actually killed enough people that he surpassed every other slasher in the genre. Mm-hmm. He has beat Jason Voorhees in kills. He's, of course, beat Freddy because Freddy's a fucking puss.
Say to my face, bro.
No. What I'm getting at with that is Freddy Krueger, when you really go back and you look at his films, there's really not a lot of kills in those films.
Well, there's only a certain amount of cast.
But they make up for it in fucking creepiness.
Yes.
That series fucking holds its own. A great series. I'm not knocking it at all. But you can't put Freddy Krueger up there on the slasher fucking podium with fucking Voorhees and fucking Michael Myers. You just can't do it. So in this film, I started counting them out. What I came up with watching the film was there are 30 on-screen kills in this film. 30. That's a fucking bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch. Now, if you get online and start looking at the kill count, there are some others that I didn't put in there because what I was trying to do was, this is fucking Halloween Kills. How many people did this motherfucker kill now?
Yeah.
What they were doing, if you get online and they talk about it, what you're going to get is you're going to get anywhere between 32 and 34. What they're looking at is
the original.
Well, yeah, the 78 flashback, because he kills the one cop in the 78 flashback. Mm-hmm. There are a couple off-screen kills that they talk about in the bar, but I kind of question what they're really saying there.
Yeah.
Because it's the same night as the 2018 movie. So are they combining kills with what happened in 2018?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're going to get anywhere between 2 and 4 off-screen kills.
No.
One of the kills that I didn't count, but then I thought about it later, was, and I thought this was fucking brilliant that they did this, the whole bringing in the fucking throwback to Season of the Witch. When they had the 3 kids with the mask, mm-hmm. the pumpkin, the skull, and the skeleton and the witch. Mm-hmm. When they get to the park and Kylie Richards, Lindsay Wallace, goes out, there's 2 kids swinging on the swing set. Mm-hmm. One of the kids is missing.
Yeah, they want to kill them.
When Myers walks up, he's got that kid's mask in his hand.
It's a head, I think. It's leaking.
Well, no, there's just blood on the mask. You can tell it's crinkled. He's just holding the mask. But he's got this kid's mask in his hand. So there's an off-screen kill that I didn't think about. Yeah. But I was just going through trying to figure out. So in this film, I mean, you've got 30 kills, and they're some of the most fucking fantastic kills you'll ever see in a fucking film.
Yeah. Yeah, there are definitely some great kills.
Dude, you know, it starts off the fucking light bulb kill with the fucking lady.
Oh, yeah, it was great, dude.
Fucking fluorescent light bulb through the neck. Oh, dude, fucking awesome. Awesome kill.
And then that scene.
And then the old dude, her husband, when he basically just beats him to death and then kills him with the fucking shard of glass in the window.
Yeah, and then like that whole scene with him trying to find the knife.
And then
your wife called that out.
And then it goes to the scene of this old dude laying across a table, and the old lady, she's already gotten the bulb through the neck, and she's laying there, and she's watching this, and he's like picking up these knives off the counter and stabbing them into this dude. And then he'd reach back and he'd grab another one and he'd stab him. It's like he's looking for that perfect fucking weapon.
Yeah.
And then he finally finds it.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, and guys, I told you, I love the movie. Overall, I love the movie. It's just anymore, it is hard for me to believe. And I was coming through this under the aspect of he had no supernatural power. He's just a man who's crazy, you know. And now, granted, men, I know that people who are
motherfuckers that are crazy, yeah.
Yes, but man, I'm telling you right now, like. But yeah, I understand the kills are great. It is what it is. I gotta quit going into it so much. But since we've been doing this podcast, I kind of find myself looking at movies and then I'm like, how are people this fucking dumb?
Because a lot of times we fucking tear these things apart, you know. And I didn't want to do this with this film.
Yeah.
To me, this film, is it a masterpiece? No. But it's a fucking great movie.
Yes.
It is a fucking great movie. If you just want to go out and have a fucking good time, this is a fucking fantastic film.
It is. And it's just my own thing, man. It's like I said.
But there are parts of it that even, I'm going to agree with you, there are parts of it where you're like, really? They could have fucking done that different and it would have turned out a lot better.
Yeah, because like, okay, look at Tommy Doyle.
So what we're talking about is the mob scene.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look at Tommy Doyle, okay? He has been getting ready for this his entire life.
Yeah. And to get taken out like he did.
With the amount of people that are with... I could tell you that, but I'll put it this way. I don't care how supernatural aside. Now, I understand if he's like some kind of like Jason Voorhees demon type fucking thing.
Jason Voorhees is a deadite.
You know what I'm saying? If he's one of those, okay, it gets a little better.
Yeah.
It gets a little better. However, he's supposed to be just a human who is an evil person.
Right.
I understand that could be a little bit fucking crazy and strong sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
When you got fucking 20 people.
Yeah.
Some of them with guns.
Some of them with an iron.
Some of them with a fucking, like.
What the fuck? Did you catch that?
Yes.
The fucking lady with the fucking iron? Like you ironed your fucking clothes?
Yeah. But like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Fucking knives, machetes, guns.
Yeah.
And
I'll agree with you. Why did none of these people go for a headshot on him? Not a single one.
And Tommy Doyle, dude's like, man, you're getting your job is to bash that motherfucker's skull.
Your job is, you've been fucking saying it the whole goddamn movie, evil dies tonight. And what do? You hit the motherfucker in the back with a fucking...
Let me say this.
With a fucking baseball bat.
I think that if they would have done this differently and had this be the ending of the fucking trilogy, and if they were going to end the fucking series, end it like this, it would have been great. Have Jamie Lee Curtis there.
Yeah.
Have her give the final fucking blow. Or have her go out with him. Whatever.
Right.
I could tell you this, and it's just me, guys. The film was great all the way up to the end for me. When I was 15 years old, my group of friends I hung out with, there was 9 of us. If we were in that situation, Michael Myers ain't getting fucking back up.
Right.
We were fucking headhunters back then, dude. I mean, you're trying to kill this motherfucker, you know? And it seemed like everybody was like, okay, let's hit him in the least likely spot to hurt him.
Right. And believe me, I totally get that. And I wish they would have done that different.
That's the only thing.
But it is what they did.
Yes.
And so
Yeah,
I get it.
That's the only thing about this movie besides that one little part. You didn't take
the fucking kill shot. Judy Greer had the fucking kill shot on the fucking staircase.
Yep.
Before the mob even showed up, and didn't take it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why you guys went that way. I understand. I get it. One of the cool things, I'm going to throw out a cool line here. Lori, when she's talking to Officer Hawkins
at the end, the whole
in the
montage?
hospital, she says, every time someone is afraid, the boogeyman wins. I thought, to me, that was a powerful statement.
Very.
Because it sums up the whole series.
Yes.
Really. Because they've always considered him the boogeyman.
Yes.
And the boogeyman always wins. Even when you look at, as a kid growing up, you know, the boogeyman always wins.
This is key right here to me. This is you're getting into why I think the way I am, why I think about the way I am about the ending of this movie. So, me growing up as a kid, dude, I was scared of shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I had to fucking mentally
get over that, you know.
I had to mentally break myself for that and get strong and not be afraid of things anymore. And now, I mean, honestly, I'm not afraid of it. The only thing I'm fucking afraid of is something happening to my children. That's it. Mm-hmm. My wife and my kid. Other than that, I'm not afraid of anything. So,
this movie, though.
Well, what I was going to say is, with that being said, like, that's my whole point of that's kind of where I'm thinking that in my head here.
Right.
I love that ending montage, like you said. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. It's really creepy. But in what she just said, it's kind of like, just take Tommy Doyle, for instance. Mm-hmm. He's talked himself out of being afraid. He's like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker tonight.
Right.
So technically, he's not afraid. So Boogeyman should be fucking done. You know?
And it was so cool, that fucking bar scene where he tells the story.
Yeah.
Because Lindsay Wallace is there. Marion is there, the nurse. Lonnie is there.
Yeah.
And, dude, every time I saw that motherfucker, the first thing I thought of was, hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there. Every fucking time, dude.
Yeah.
But it was fucking cool that they had him, and then his son is Cameron, who is going to go help kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then he fucking failed miserably. Cameron's the one I feel sorry for. That motherfucker got the shit beat out of him.
Bad.
Beat to fucking death.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just...
everybody else he killed pretty quick, but that motherfucker, he fucking beat him up.
See, and that's the whole... Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. But I love the movie. I think it's a great film. The ending really threw me for a loop.
Some of the things that kind of... And I really caught it the second viewing was the mob scene at the hospital. Mm-hmm. Okay? So... You know, you have this big mob. They're all chanting, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. And it's all because of Tommy Doyle. Mm-hmm. To me, that is all fucking social commentary. That is what happens with society.
Mass hysteria.
That is, if you really look at that, and you look at it, even in the concept of watching this film, society is the true monster.
Well, you know what? I don't think it's necessarily society. I think it's fear.
Yes.
I think fear is, and even in this movie, like what she said, in that montage, a little bit of thing you just read, I think fear is what causes these things.
Yeah.
And I think that if people would just learn to stop being fucking afraid so much of everything, you know. But as far as this movie goes, yeah, you're right. Like in this movie, these people let this fear,
they let this one person
overrun them.
One horrific monster dictate their lives for 40 years.
Yeah.
You know?
And see, and my thing is just like, and coming from my aspect, I'm like, okay, well, here's an idea. You have a fucking 12. Remember what I told you? Like, I'm like, here's an idea. How about you have a fucking Desert Eagle 50 caliber in your fucking hand?
Oh, no, let's let him kick the door and you shoot yourself in the fucking face with it.
How about we do this?
Which was a killer scene.
Yes.
I mean...
But you know what? I say this, and I kind of said this with The Strangers as well, because, you know, the first one, he had a gun. He didn't know how to use it. In my head, I've been around that shit most of my life. So I'm like, how the fuck do you not know how to use a shotgun? But there's a lot of people who don't.
Well, Scott Speedman, he didn't know how to use a fucking gun, but he knew how to turn into a fucking werewolf.
Yeah. But, it's like I got to understand that not everyone knows how to use a gun.
Yeah.
But see, what's crazy is...
So we kind of talked about that. Like fucking Ryan, if something happened here at the fucking house and we were out in the fucking yard, I'd be lucky if I could hit this fucking garage. But Ryan would be fucking, fucking picking markers off of, somebody's scalp, But it's just different on people.
Yes.
I mean, I've got a gun, but I can't shoot the fucking thing. I'm going to take 5 or 6 shots at you, and some of them are going to hit you, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, here's key to that, man. If you can't shoot far, but they're coming at you, and all they're going to do is coming at you, wait till they get close to you. Mm-hmm. Center mass that motherfucker. Let me close enough to where you know you're going to hit him.
Don't run yourself out of ammo before they get too close.
But yeah, my point of that was and it could have just been her talking shit, but in the vehicle before that, this is shit I noticed.
Yeah.
In the vehicle right before all that happened.
We noticed different things.
Yeah. In the vehicle before that, she was talking. She's like, he had the gun in his hand. She's like, give me that. She's like, I've shot these many times. She's talking about how I've shot these. I've been around these. But okay, then why the fuck don't you act like you fucking shot them before, man?
Yeah. What was funny is she's walking up to the vehicle and she's fucking shooting. And she's shooting the fuck out of the vehicle.
After she left her old man hanging.
Shoot that motherfucker through the windshield right in the fucking head.
Or come up behind him when he's trying to
and then
kill
she
your old
gets up close to the door and he kicks the fucking door right when she pulls the trigger and she fucking shoots herself, But, dude, fucking, just fucking cool kill after cool kill. I mean, there are some crazy kills. It was a fun ride. One of the other things I want to talk about is the Myers house. Mm-hmm. When we're getting close to the end, fucking Lonnie actually enters the house. What was cool about that to me is he had already stated earlier in the film that he never entered the Myers house. He always lied about it because he wanted people to think he was cool.
Yeah.
And now here he is. He's the one having to go in there.
Yeah.
And then the kids hear a gunshot, and then the kids go in there. And the kids, we're talking Allison, which was Jamie Lee Curtis's granddaughter, and then Cameron, who was Lonnie's son, actually go in there to see what's what's going on, and then chaos ensues. Fucking Myers fucking kills Cameron, and then almost kills Allison.
Well, dude, let's not forget that Little John's in this movie.
Little John. Dude, the funniest scene with them was when he scared himself in the mirror. But here's my question about that whole fucking scene at the fucking end there where they all go in the house. Why the fuck's there a carved pumpkin in the closet?
Yeah, that's what Chris said. Chris was like, "Why the fuck is there a pumpkin in the closet?"
What the fuck was that all
Had it been
about?
like something Michael Myers did, maybe to set
it had to have been because fucking Big John and Little John didn't do that.
Well, you can think about it too. I guess someone who's mentally depraved, like really doesn't think the same way.
Yeah.
Other people.
Yeah, look at the 2018 film when he cut the fucking officer's head off and put the flashlight in it.
That was cool.
Dude, that was badass, and they showed that to us again in this film.
That was cool as shit. I really did like this movie a lot. I really do. I love the films.
The ending is rough, but once you get past the mob scene, I fucking love fucking.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
I love, what was her name? Kate? Was that Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter? Judy Greer.
Yeah.
Judy Greer goes in the Myers house and she walks up to where the sister's bedroom was and is standing there staring out the window, and then all of a sudden you see Myers pop up right behind her, and then he kills her.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a fucking brilliant ending to this film.
See,
because that's going to throw fucking Curtis over the fucking edge.
I think that if they would have just let that mob scene out, this would have been a great movie.
I agree with you. If they would have not done, or if they would have tried to do that mob scene, but somehow he got away from them,
yes,
would have been totally different.
Yeah.
But to actually throw him on the ground and try and beat him to death and not succeed was wrong.
Especially when he got guns and bats.
Yeah.
And he's down laying there. Yeah. And old girl stabs him in the back. It's
dude,
like,
old fucking Lee Brackett fucking walks up with his fucking gun right on his head, and fucking Myers fucking turns around and fucking slits his throat. I was like, how the fuck did he not kill him?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Lee Brackett's been hunting this motherfucker for 43 years.
That's my point.
You know?
That's why I just wish that one scene, that one scene.
That one scene was kind of a fucked up thing. So, David Gordon Green, you should have thought about that a little bit.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
But it is what it is. I mean, I'm not knocking this film. This film was fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
My favorite part about this whole movie, well, I guess seeing Donald Pleasance come back,
yes,
really fucking was probably one of my favorite fucking things about this movie. Because I mean, Donald Pleasance, made the movies. I love all the Halloween movies.
Yeah,
but Donald Pleasance really fucking is one of the hearts of the fucking movie.
Hey, absolutely.
And I was so excited when I seen that kind of incorporate him. I was like, that is fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's a lot of great things about. I can sit here and bitch like I did, but there's a lot of great things about this movie that I really fucking liked. A lot of cool shit, a lot of good flashbacks, a lot of fucking just, bringing back the characters like you said, and doing this. My final question for the movie. You got something else you want to talk about with the movie?
No.
So my final question about it is, do you want to see this end with the next one?
I do not, because I am a huge Michael Myers fan. I have been since 1978. I'm an old fucker. I do not want to... To me, Michael Myers is a fucking American icon. And I don't ever want to see him fucking go away. Because now we've got a new generation of kids that don't know what we grew up on.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with Voorhees. I wish they'd bring Krueger back. But Krueger, you got to do that in a certain way. Myers and Voorhees,
fairly simple.
Honestly, I hate to say this, but anybody could play those parts. That being said, Kane Hodder is the best fucking Jason Voorhees fucking ever. But you're talking about a guy in a mask that doesn't utter a word.
Yeah.
Anybody could play those parts. No, I don't want it to end.
See, for me, I feel like they're going to do like they did with this one, and they're going to, unless you tell me that he is some kind of fucking
supernatural,
otherworldly being, I can't continue to... like
to
Jason,
go down this road.
To Jason, I understand. He's fucking, like you said, a deadite. He going.
That's kind of a joke, but it's kind of not. There's been a lot of theory out there that Jason Voorhees is actually a deadite.
For me, man, I love the kills. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And my thing is hear me out.
Love the aspect.
Hear me out.
Film.
Yes, hear me out on this. We still have all these films. Yeah. Okay, and when we watch them, we still get that same fucking feeling.
We do.
But what are you gonna do if they butcher and they keep butchering? Because I'm telling you, I hate to say this, but I feel like
they did the first timeline.
I feel
they started butchering it. Carpenter was trying to get away from that when they did Season of the Witch. He wanted to turn Halloween into an anthology.
Yeah.
And then it was met with such disdain from all the true fans of the film that they brought Myers back, and they took it down a road that was really fucked up.
Well, my thing
even the fucking diehard fans were like, "What do you mean he's a fucking
part of a cult and
part of a cult, fucking cult of drone or whatever?" You know, it's like, come on, what the fuck?
Well, and my thing is just like,
and then you bring Paul Rudd in.
Whoa! I fucking love Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd is a fucking great actor.
I fucking love Paul Rudd.
My wife asked me. She said, "Was it my wife? I don't know." Somebody asked me, "Who do you like better, Paul Rudd or fucking
Anthony Michael Hall?"
Anthony Michael Hall, and I'm like, honestly, in this film, Paul Rudd would not have fucking done well. Anthony Michael Hall was a better Tommy Doyle to me than Paul Rudd ever was.
Plus Paul Rudd would look the exact same age as he did when he was in fucking
That motherfucker, he's got to be a fucking
vampire
or something.
They'd be like, how the hell did
that some bitch ain't aged in 30
he looks
years.
just like he could have played his flashback character.
He could have.
But no, my thing is what I was getting at is I love the films, and every time I watched all the other films, I still get that feeling. We still have them. I feel like they're going to keep going with this to the point to where it's like
they're going to drag it out.
Fuck, man.
Well, and I don't know. See, that's at this point, and it's funny. David Gordon Green was on Joe Bob Briggs the other night, and I really don't think that's his plan. I think his plan is to end it.
I think what's going to happen.
He wanted to create a trilogy that would hold true to the original film.
I think what's going to happen is that him and Jamie Lee Curtis are going out together. They're going to kill each other.
I would kind of agree with that.
I foresee
because of what
a scene
she said in the film.
I foresee them two stabbing each other to death. That's what I foresee.
Yeah. Well, he just about did that in this one. Actually, he did that in the 2018 film.
Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like you just it's funny because my wife, she's been in the medical field and like she got a lot of family in it. But like she was saying, she's like, you are not getting up and moving like that after you just had your entire guts surgeryed on and put together. Like,
hey, look at that! I was right. Her name was Karen.
Look at you.
She's a fucking Karen. She's a Karen.
But anyways, guys, overall, I love the film.
Yeah. So, what would you, if you had to give this film a rating, what would you rate this film?
Are we doing what, 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
10 being best, 1 being. I would give.
Let's do it backwards. 1 being.
I would give this movie an 8.5.
Okay, that's admirable.
I'll give it an 8.5, and the only reason I say that is why. One of the big reasons why, and then the other one is like some of the decisions that they decided to do. I was like, why would you? Man, there's just, especially with the score, it's classic.
Yeah.
And even if John Carpenter had a part of that, I'm sorry, guys, he should not have changed that because like.
Well, and I think what they were doing is he's trying to do his own standalone films, so I can see the change, kind of.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, some of the choices they made in changing the score in certain spots,
yes,
it's like we as true fans are expecting to hear that specific.
It's so perfect.
Well, and that fucking high pitch, ding, 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 ding. We're expecting to hear that. You know that evil is coming when you hear that.
It is what it is. Those small things, that's why I give it an 8.5. Those small things, and I'm sorry, that fucking mob scene really fucking just did rub me the wrong fucking way.
Right.
I
don't think I've ever been rubbed the wrong way.
I've never rubbed myself the wrong way.
So true. So true.
So true, baby.
So for me, I honestly, I would give this movie, I'm going to give it a solid 9, but it was hard for me to not give it a 9.5 because I truly enjoy this film.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
I thought it was a fucking fun ride, bell to bell. But I'm with you. The mob scene kind of turned me off a little bit. I get why they did it, and now that I've watched it a second time, okay, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, I was like, fuck, I can't even deal with that. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how I was. I was like, God.
And then after I watched it again and really paid attention to what was going on during that mob scene, I was like, okay, all right.
I mean, I understand. I do. I see. I don't have to watch that time to understand. I know what you're saying.
If it wouldn't have been for that mob scene, it would have got a solid 9.5 out of it.
Oh, easy. Easy. Because, man, I'm telling you, I really, really loved the flashback. I really loved seeing Donald Pleasance again. That was
amazing.
so cool. That was cool for me. That was I lit up. I was like, holy shit, man. Because then you hear him outside.
You should have seen him. He was sitting next to me, and he's like standing up. He was like, holy fuck, I shot him 6 times.
I love it, dude. I love it. I think they killed it bringing him in.
Yeah.
That was just really cool, man.
Definitely.
They're really, really cool.
Yeah, cool flick, man. If you guys haven't seen this movie and you've listened to this whole episode, we're sorry. But if you have seen this movie,
if you watch this movie, then you listen to our episode, drop a comment.
Yeah,
send us a message. Let us know what you think about it and stuff, guys. So I think that's it. That's our review of the
Halloween Kills. I honestly, at this point, I can't wait for the third one.
Yeah.
Which, after the 2018 one, I couldn't wait for this one. Unfortunately, we had to wait. It was supposed to come out last year, and
we shall see.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully, they've been in production with this film. Their claim is we're going to see it next October, but we'll see what happens. So, on another note. Halloween Kills is over. Great film. Go fucking check it out. If you've seen it already, go watch it again. Believe me, you'll fucking pick up all kinds of new shit that you didn't pick up. Especially if you're a huge fan of the series like we are. You'll fucking find all kinds of cool shit. So, anything new you've been watching?
I've been watching a lot of stuff, man. I told you, I think we talked about it a little bit last time about that movie I watched. The vampire one. Why am I drawing a blank? Actually, I think I drew a blank the last time on it. You got that pulled up on there. Let's see. Go to net. It's a Netflix show. But it's about this girl who
can't spell Netflix right now
because you're drunk.
No, I'm not. Jesus fucking Christ. It's like fucking being with my wife out here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Netflix is not working.
Netflix said, fuck you.
But anyways, it's about this girl who...
it's always about a girl.
She's a teenager and stuff, and she spends the time hunting some vampires.
Look at that. The movies that made us. We just pulled up Netflix, and what popped up was Michael Myers' face, and it's a series called The Movies That Made Us.
Heck yeah. Let's see.
Is it new?
It's new, I think, yeah.
Oh, Night Teeth just came out. That looks interesting.
That looks pretty cool. Huh. Anyways.
Creeped Out. What the hell was that?
Dude, my son.
I remember seeing the first season of that. New season of that.
Is it pretty cool?
It was okay.
My kids have been watching some. My boys watch this cartoon. It's pretty cool. It's it's like the last kids on Earth or something like that. But basically, like these kids that are zombie hunting. Yeah. But it's a cartoon. It's pretty cool. But anyways, it's a great. The movie I was talking about was pretty good. It was entertaining.
I watched. So, if you guys have listened to the show, you know I'm a big fan of wrestling on the WWE. There's a movie on Netflix right now called Escape the Undertaker.
Oh, yeah, I've seen I haven't seen it, but I've seen it.
And it has got, of course, the Undertaker in it. But it's also got my favorite tag team, and that's the New Day. It's got Big E, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston. They have to go to Undertaker's house, and basically what they're doing is they're looking for an urn, and they got to get out of the house with the urn. But what's cool about this movie is it's one of those movies where you have to make the decisions.
Oh,
so
okay.
it will pop up and ask you, what do you want to do? And you have to make choices through the film, and that depicts how the film plays out. It was really fun. If you're not a wrestling fan, you may not get that big of a kick out of it, but it was fun. Your kids will love it. There's not a lot of gore in it.
Cool.
But,
yeah, I'll have to let them watch it because
it's fun.
It's
called Escape the Undertaker.
I've seen the little preview thing.
Yeah, it was a cool watch. But like I said, I'm a big WWE fan. So, movie I watched not too long ago there was this movie called Seance.
Oh, yeah.
It is actually on Shudder, and it was so funny. I watched this film, and after I watched it, I immediately was like, okay, I got to watch Satan's School for Girls from 1973. Almost the same movie, but a little different. Basically, what happens is a new girl shows up at this esteemed college for girls, and some of the other girls are picking on her, and she ends up kind of getting in a group with them, and they're playing with a Ouija board, and they end up summoning a spirit. Well, the spirit ends up killing one of their friends, and it was a fun watch. That movie just came out in 2021. Very interesting.
That Werewolves Within.
Werewolves Within. That was a fun watch.
That's a good little fun little movie, man.
That was a fun watch.
I liked it.
And it's got the AT&T girl in it. Oh, I can't remember her name.
Built.
Yeah, she very fun. Very cool. Very cool.
No, you know what? I got in trouble.
And she just brings herself to life at the end of that. She's a great movie.
You know,
it's a little campy, but it's cool.
I got in trouble.
That movie is almost like 30 Days of Night, except with werewolves.
Yeah, it's actually really. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie.
It was cool.
I got in trouble the other day because
of the AT&T girl.
No.
Oh.
Because I started to watch a movie. I started to watch a TV show because I'm trying to find stuff to watch. I had never seen this. You said it was good. Actually, a lot of people in the horror world said it was good. Hemlock Grove.
Hemlock Grove. I watched the first season of that, and that's where I first was introduced to Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise.
Yeah, well, the very first fucking scene of the very first fucking episode of the first season, he's banging this chick in a car.
Yes.
So like I started to watch this movie, and then my wife walks out. She's like,
"What the hell are you watching?"
She's like, "Does every movie you watch have to have titties bouncing all over the place in it?"
Only the good ones.
And I'm like, "Well, I did not know that this was like that."
Dude, isn't that how it always is? You could watch a fucking movie. You could watch a 2-hour movie, and it's got a fucking 5-second sex scene. Your wife will only walk in the room during that 5 seconds.
Yes, I did. So yeah, she's like,
if a titty flops out, that's when somebody's going to walk in the room.
She's like, whatever, enjoy your porn. I'm like, what?
Dude, she would probably love that series.
That's what I told her. I said, well, I was told that it's a good series.
Yeah, and it was really good. I think they did 3 seasons of that, maybe.
I don't know. I
think
I had turned off after that.
And I have not watched the last season, but
I gotta quit. I start watching shit. Like I start watching that Dark Summer. I started watching Dark Summer, and then I stopped watching.
Dude, that's right up your alley.
I know it is.
Zombies and shit.
I know. Yeah. So I stopped watching it for some fucking reason, and then I start watching something else, and I'm like, what? I gotta just stick to something and watch all of it, like I did Supernatural.
Yeah. Have you checked out Day of the Dead yet?
The series? No, not yet.
Dude, the first episode was fucking killer. It was really good. Really good.
I am going to watch that for sure.
There's a new show that just came out. I think it's on Channel 5. It's called La Brea. And it was pretty cool. It's not horror related, but it's like kind of maybe. I don't know. You know, but it was pretty cool. There's a new I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes, I've seen that.
There's a series coming out.
I've seen the previews of the series.
Yeah.
So,
I'm kind of interested in that. I wasn't a big fan of the movies.
They're all right.
They're okay. They're okay. That was that whole 90s, fucking I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, which Scream is a fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But, they all came out around that same.
What do you think? Have you seen the preview for the new Scream?
I have not. I have not watched it yet.
I've
been trying to avoid it.
Oh, it's
because I am one of those people that when Scream 4 came out, I was like fucking in line at the theater. I had to fucking see it. Fucking love the film. This new one, I'm like, and I'll tell you where that came from. I was talking to some of our other podcast buddies, and they were like, whenever I know something new's coming out, I try and avoid it like the plague, so it doesn't get ruined for me before I see it. And so as soon as I heard about the new Scream coming out, I was like, oh, man, I need to try. Like Halloween Kills, I watched one trailer for Halloween Kills, and I'm like, that's it. I don't want to see anything else. That's it. So I didn't read any reviews. I didn't watch any, major spoilers or anything like that until I went and saw the film. Well, we actually watched it here. I ended up paying for Peacock just for Halloween Kills, and honestly, probably the best $10 I've spent in a long time.
Yep. Yeah, man. Well, it's like that Resident Evil coming out, man.
Oh, dude, that looks fucking killer. That's another one. I'm not going to fucking get involved in that until it fucking hits theater.
I can't wait for that, man. That's going to be... you know me, I'm a zombie, man. So it's...
Yeah, that's going to be badass. Here's a couple that I've watched, and it's funny. This one, I had totally forgotten all about this fucking film, and it was actually on Joe Bob Briggs' he did a Halloween hootenanny last Friday night, and this movie was on. This movie has one of the coolest fucking taglines, for a fucking film. The tagline is, high school honor student by day, Hollywood hooker by night. Dude, do not knock this film. It's fucking killer.
When this come out?
It came out in 1983.
I know, it's kind of child pornish to me, it looks like.
Well, the cover's fucking amazing. But
how old is that girl?
So my wife actually watched this film with me, and we were kind of doing some research, and it was like, oh my God, I feel like a fucking perv.
Yeah, because I say, how old is she?
At the time, so this movie starred Susan Tyrrell, Cliff Gorman. The main character of the film was Donna Wilkes. Donna Wilkes, at the time of filming, she looks like she's 15. And in the film, she portrays, well, I say she looks like she's 15. My wife's like, that woman is a lot older than 15. Honestly, in this movie, she was 27.
Okay.
So, once I found that out, I was like, okay, I still kind of feel like a perv because...
Yeah, it's high school.
As a 15-year-old high schooler, she's still pretty damn cute.
Now, granted, she's a lot...
When she dresses up like a hooker, she's even cuter. But the whole synopsis of this film is there's a serial killer and he's killing hookers. Pretty cool film. There's some weird shit in it, but...
Yeah, see,
it was a fun watch. And this was the episode that David Gordon Green was on.
Yeah.
So he was talking about it, and Joe Bob was talking about it. And there was a lot of cool shit that came out. But it was a fun it was a fun one.
Yeah, the whole thing about it, I mean, anything that came out in the 80s, I'm good anyway, because they're older than me anyway. But, no, my thing is that, a lot of the horror movies that we watched, they're supposed to be teenagers,
Yeah.
So sometimes I find myself conflicted on things, but then I'm like, wait, all these people are definitely not fucking teenagers.
Definitely not.
So, it is what it is.
I'm going to throw one out there at you that I don't know if you've watched it or not, or if you know anything about it. Have you seen the movie Till Death?
No.
Do you know who's in it?
Who?
Think of Jennifer's Body.
Oh, is that the one? I haven't seen it. Is that the one where she's like, on the cover, she's like looking through someone's legs?
Yes.
I have not seen it, but...
Megan Fox.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the cover.
It is one of those movies where, like, she is trapped in a home, so her husband finds out that she's cheating on him. Okay, so he takes her to the secluded cabin in the fucking frozen tundra, and he ends up killing himself. But the way he does it, he handcuffs himself to her and then blows his brains out with a fucking gun and makes it look like she fucking killed him. Well, what happens is two people show up at the house because there's a safe in the house with a bunch of fucking money in it. And that's the whole fucking movie, is her trying to get unhandcuffed from this fucking dead body and get away from these fucking two guys that are there to fucking rob the place. And they find her, and it's a fucking fight to the death. Pretty cool fucking flick, dude. It was pretty fucking cool.
I have seen the cover. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Another one I checked out was No One Gets Out Alive. It's really funny because the title just fucking, it's one of those titles that sticks to you.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, oh, I keep hearing about this movie called No One Gets Out Alive. I need to try and watch that. And as soon as I started it, my wife's like, didn't we watch this? And I was like, yeah, we did. It was a cool film. It was about a girl. She was a foreign girl that had moved into an apartment building, you know, slumlord apartment building. Like, it was kind of like a bed and breakfast kind of place.
Wasn't she like a Latina chick?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And she moves into this place. Well, the place is haunted by all the victims of the guys that live there. And there's some more to it. You know, there's some occult fucking demon, you know, worship and shit, you know, that comes into play there. But very, very fun ride, though. I mean, it was a cool flick. So
yeah, I gotta tell you, probably one of my favorite movies I've watched in the last recently that I really did like was that Werewolves Within. I really like that.
It was fun.
That was a fun movie. I liked it. Interesting, you know.
Yeah. I may have to watch that again because it was a good film.
Yeah, it's a good.
You know, it's not one of those high level fucking A grade films, but it's a fucking B plus.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool story to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Sure.
Quiet Place 2, have you checked that out?
Yes.
Yeah, that was really good. I think I may have enjoyed that more than I did the first one.
I did mainly, man, the first one really fucked me up though, dude. Like, again, being a parent, like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That fucking scene at the beginning of the first one, like, when the kid,
it's kind of like Hereditary fucked you up when the chick lost her head.
No, not at all.
No.
I did fall asleep during that movie. And yeah.
Didn't we go to the theater and see that? It was fucking horrible.
No, I think you went to the theater and watched it.
Oh, I went to the theater and saw it, and it was fucking horrible.
I watched it with my wife.
I'm sorry, it wasn't horrible. It was piss poor.
It helped me go to sleep, put that way. But
I did give it a second viewing, and it was better the second time, but it still wasn't good.
If I watched that movie a second time, I would fast forward it to the credits. My favorite part about that movie was the end when I could shut it off.
Yeah. Thank God it's over.
I'm just talking shit, guys.
No.
No,
he's not.
You know. But anyways, no. Shit, what movie did you just ask me about?
Quiet Place 2.
Quiet Place 2. Love that movie. The first one really fucked me up with the kids. Man, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
But you know how hard it'd be for me to be quiet.
Yeah, I do.
But no, Quiet Place 2 is great. I really enjoyed it. I like the backstory kind of they gave you, fed you a little bit of that, and then further going into it, I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I think I probably enjoyed that movie more than I did the first one. And the first one's a great film, you know.
I tell you, man, to be honest with you, a movie that one of my go-to movies, I didn't think about it, but it is one of my go-to movies. I don't know if it would be one of yours because you're not really one of those type of guys, but
I'm old.
Legion
is a fucking cool movie because of the fucking weirdness of it.
Me and my wife,
that fucking old lady in the fucking...
You're all gonna fucking burn!
So, it's fucked up, that whole scene in the fucking diner where that old lady fucking climbs up on the wall.
Yeah.
And shit, you know, that fucking shit reminds me of fucking Evil Dead.
Yeah.
You know?
That movie, man, for some reason, just me and my wife, if we want to watch a movie...
Yeah.
We'll be scrolling through, like, fucking on the Fire Stick, look at this shit, and then, like...
Oh, I guess we should have reiterated. You're talking about the new Legion, not the Legion with fucking Tom Cruise.
Correct.
Fucking Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Playing the fucking devil.
Yeah, correct.
Probably the best devil ever.
No, you're thinking about Legend.
Oh, Legend. You're right. Legend.
But, no... Legion is, for some reason, man, I love that film. My wife loves that film. Probably one of the best depictions of an archangel.
Yeah.
Like when Gabriel comes down when they're fighting, dude. The fucking the wings they're using. I fucking love it.
Dude, that's funny because I really like the way they fucking depicted him and Constantine.
Oh yeah. I love Constantine, the fucking amazing film.
Yeah.
My wife loves that movie. But for some reason, Legion is one of my go-tos, man. That and Priest.
Priest was good. Priest was good.
You know, that guy's a fucking
God,
badass
I haven't
actor.
watched that in a long time.
That's a good one.
Wasn't that the fucking? Was that fucking Bill Bellamy?
Yes, I think is his name. He's in
the dude that plays Vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's a badass actor. But like Priest is another great one. I fucking love that film. You know, I love vampire movies, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can't say I'm excited about the fucking Lost Boys remake, but I'll probably end up watching it just because I have to.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Craft remake. We had to watch it, but
yeah, I watched that about half. I couldn't get all the way through.
Yeah, it's rough.
I watched it about halfway through.
I am kind of looking forward to seeing what they do with the Salem's Lot remake. They're talking about remaking that. I wonder if it's already been remade once.
I wonder if it's going to be a time period piece.
I don't know. I love the original film so much that I don't think anything could ever ruin that for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I look at some of the other King adaptations that they fucking done. For instance, It. The original It, fucking phenomenal series.
That's what I like it better.
The new It was fucking great.
Yes.
I mean, it really was. I mean, I give that movie a lot of flack, but it truly is a great film.
Yes, I like it a lot.
You know, I like where they went with that. The other big one for me is Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
I think the remake of Pet Sematary is better than the original.
I like part 2 of the originals. I like part 2 better than part 1.
Yeah.
But the remake was great. You know, I just some things just we already had a conversation. Some things shouldn't be remade. So.
Right. Oh yeah.
But it is what it is. Now with It, the original, I just absolutely love the storytelling in that movie. Yeah. It was a made for TV one, but I just love the way they told the story. Everything about that, the way it was filmed, it's very nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I got to watch that when I was a kid. You know, that's one horror movie I could watch.
Right.
You know, I remember the first time I seen it, it was a cover. It was the cover, the black cover. And like it had the 2 movies in it, 2 VHSs. Yeah. And they're like, "Yo, you got to watch this movie. Yeah. It's like 4 hours long."
I mean, just
killer.
Yeah, great film. Great film.
But yeah, guys. That's what we've been up to.
We've been rambling, yeah.
We like it. So basically, with the new way we got this set up, we're going to be giving a little longer shows. I mean, anywhere from an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long it goes for us to talk about stuff.
However long we can put up with each other.
But no.
Which some days isn't very long.
Yeah, you know. However long. Some days
So we gave you our thoughts on Halloween Kills. You know, like I said, we should have told you at the beginning of this episode, go see the fucking movie because it's epic.
Epic.
But
yeah, guys, that's our thoughts on it. We love you guys. We hope you like the new setup once we start going.
This fucking light shines up on the bottom of our faces. Fucking looks all creepy. Creepy.
But you guys we got some cool plans going on.
You guys fucking rule, man. We got some cool shit coming up. We've been talking about some new shows.
Halloween is upon us.
Halloween is 10 days away. 10.
And you guys will get us. We're gonna do everything we can. We're gonna put out a Halloween special episode for you guys. Absolutely. So look forward to that, guys. Next week.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Do it. We're gonna do it.
Okay, man. All right, guys. We love you, horror fam. Thanks for all support as always. Don't be afraid to contact us if you guys want to get a chance to come on the show and just talk about some ghost stories you have or whatever it may be, movies, whatever. But more importantly, as always, until next time, keep it creepy.
These measures I've chosen are far too extreme. My own life I've taken with no dignity. The world of the dead.